ghost hunters and paranormal people of TikTok, I need some input. So I'm like half believer, half skeptic, because I do believe in the supernatural and paranormal, but as far as like communicating with things, I don't necessarily always believe that, but I do like good ghost hunting videos and horror stuff and, all that jazz, but I don't necessarily always believe it. Well, that said, my friend gave me this doll that belonged to her grandmother, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be so funny if it was haunted? I've got the GhostTube app on my phone and my iPad. Let me just goof around and see if I get anything just for funsies. And I don't really believe any kinds of apps. I feel like they're all scams. But that said, if the paranormal's real, what's stopping them from using an app, So I have all of this here. I found that the best way for me to like communicate and record things is if I don't actually speak, but I write what I want to say, and then I write what the response I get on GhostTube is. So this creeped me out a little bit. So let me just walk you through it and tell me what you think. To preface, I hadn't felt well because I hadn't had an actual meal that day. I was feeling kind of shaky, and so when I do my little introduction, the first word I get is cupboard, and I said, "Is there something in the cupboard?" It replies, "Eat." I said, "Are you hungry?" It says, "Why must you know?" Okay, my bad. And I said, "Do you want me to eat?" And it says, "Feel better." Okay. And I said, "Do you think eating will make me feel better?" And it says, "Yes." I was like, okay, that really weird coincidence. That's all. It's a really weird coincidence. Moving on. It said, "I see," and then it said light. So like two things back to back. And I said, "Do you see lights?" Duh, sorry, I'm stupid. And it said, "This is my place." And so I was like, okay, well, if the doll belongs to me now, then like, yeah, this is your home. So I respond like, yes, this is your home now. And it says light again. I say, "Do you like the lights here?" Because we have fairy lights, we've got LED lights under our desks, we've got salt lamps, we've got LEDs under the countertops, like there's little lights all over the place. So I say, "Do you like the lights here?" The response is buried. I took that to mean they don't like the lights, want the lights off, like gone. And so that's what I said. "You want the lights gone?" It replies, "Yes." Psychic.
Sorry, there was a problem. Please try again in a moment.
Okay. So it says yes, psychic, and then I was like, "Can you tell me why you want the lights off?" And it says faster. So I said, "Will it make communication faster and easier with the lights off?" It says yes. Come outside. I said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." It says, "You are annoying." So, am I insane just putting puzzle pieces together and this is just coincidence after coincidence after coincidence, or do I have a haunted doll? I don't trust apps. But this was weird. This gave me chills. So, input, please.